Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're breaking down a wild one. The Celtics squeezed out a 121-118 win over the Clippers in a thriller at TD Garden. It was a game full of runs, clutch shots, and a late surge that nearly changed everything. Let's dive into how it happened, who stood out, who struggled, and what this means going forward. The Celtics came out strong and built a very comfortable lead in the first half. By halftime, they were up 63-49. Then, in the third quarter, Boston really stretched things, at one point leading by 24 points. Peyton Pritchard was raining threes, Jaylen Brown was aggressive, and Boston looked in control, but the Clippers didn't fold. In the second half, James Harden took over, putting up 32 of his 37 points after halftime. He led a furious comeback. The Clippers closed the gap, and with just 2.6 seconds left, Harden buried a three-pointer to make it 119-118. But Boston held on. Pritchard hit 2 free throws, and Harden's potential game-tying three at the buzzer rimmed out. Celtics survive. Boston 121, Clippers 118. The MVP for Boston tonight has to be Jaylen Brown. He dropped 33 points and grabbed 13 rebounds. Even though he missed some shots, especially around the rim, his hustle was crucial. He made big plays in the fourth quarter, including key baskets and a couple of steals, helping Boston stay composed when the Clippers were surging. Next to him, Peyton Pritchard was electric. He scored 30 points, and what's crazy is he hit 8 threes on 13 attempts. That's not just good shooter. That's take over the game from deep surgeon-level stuff. Also, big shout-out to Derek White. He added 22 points, 9 assists, and 7 boards, doing the dirty work, facilitating and defending when Boston needed balance. On the Clippers' side, James Harden was clearly the best for them tonight. 37 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds, and almost tied it at the end. He was electric in the second half, carrying LA on his back. Now, who didn't play well? For Boston, you could argue Jaylen Brown's efficiency was a bit off. Sure, 33 points is great, but he shot 14 of 33, and many of his misses came close to the rim. Those misses made Boston's late-game life harder than they would have liked. For the Clippers, it's not about one guy. This was more of a collective issue. Turnovers were a problem. They committed 13 turnovers versus Boston's 6. Plus, while Harden was great in scoring, someone like Ivica Zubac, who had 16 points and 12 boards, didn't get enough help around him in those closing possessions. Also, Derek Jones Jr. went down in the second quarter with a knee issue and didn't return. That loss might have disrupted the Clippers' rotation and energy. The real turning point came in the third quarter. Boston extended its lead massively, thanks to a hot streak from Pritchard, including multiple threes, and Brown attacking that stretch made it look like it was going to be an easy win. But momentum shifted late. In the fourth quarter, the Clippers went on a furious run. Harden hit big shots. The lead dropped. And then, in the final seconds, Harden's three brought them within 1. That was crunch time. But Boston stayed calm. They got fouled, hit their free throws, and Harden's last-second try just didn't fall. If it had, we might have been talking overtime. But clutch Pritchard and a missed shot by Harden sealed it. So what does this win mean for Boston? First, mental toughness. Blowing a 24-point lead would have been disastrous, but they hung on. That shows they believe and can close out, even when tested. Pritchard's performance is huge for Boston's bench depth. Having a knockdown shooter like him, who can take over games with threes, changes how Boston can close out tight matchups. For the Clippers, this is a tough loss, but also a sign they can fight. Harden proved that he can take over entire second halves. However, their ball security and support role scoring need to improve. Losing Jones Jr. didn't help, and they can't rely solely on Harden in crunch time. Looking ahead, Boston needs to shore up their finishing around the rim, especially in tight games. If they fix that, they'll be dangerous in close contests going forward. On the Clippers' side, if Harden continues to play like this, and someone else steps up, they're very much a threat. But they need better team balance and fewer turnovers if they want to close out wins on the road. They're on a 7-game road trip now. This could be a defining stretch for them. That's it for this breakdown. Boston survives a late scare. Harden was heroic. Celtics remain resilient. If you liked this analysis, hit the like button and subscribe.